So in this section we're going to talk about what happens after you make a cut and the fastener won't punch out. When you begin using edrill on a line of fasteners, make sure you have the right electrode, make sure that you have the right program loaded in. Put your locator over the fastener, insert the tool, apply steady and consistent force throughout the cut. It stops on its own. In this case is indicating green light, saying that it's totally within parameters. And we go to punch it out. Load the punch in, apply steady force. In this case, the fastener won't come out. There could be several things going on here. Either you have the wrong electrode size installed on the hand tool, the wrong program, you didn't hold the hand tool steady throughout the cut, or another variable. So we're going to diagnose anything that could cause that to happen. The easiest way to field diagnose why you're having a hard time punching it out is see if you can repeat the error. If you're using the same fastener along a row, simply load up on the next fastener that's the same type and run the program again. This time I'm making sure that I'm applying steady, consistent force throughout the cut. It stops on its own roughly around the same amount of time, and I'm going to attempt to knock this one out. And we can see that fastener did not cut out. From here, I want to make sure I have the right parameters loaded in the display terminal. I double check that I am indeed working on the fastener that's loaded in. I double check the electrode call out to make sure that's what it is. So we know that it's programmed correctly. The next thing I'm going to do is check the electrode called out on the terminal display is actually the one installed on the hand tool. And the reason I'm doing this is maybe I've mixed up the electrodes and thought I had loaded the correct one but had not. I'm going to advance the electrode out by pulling the trigger, use the torquing wrench to remove it, and then visually inspect the markings on it, which indeed is what's called out on the display. I'm then going to check and make sure the electrode has worn evenly and hasn't worn at a taper or a curve. In this case, the electrode is worn flat and it's about halfway through its usable life. I'm going to reinstall the correct electrode on here, ensuring to torque it back down. I'm going to retract and install the nose adapter. At this point, I'm going to double check that my settings are correct again. I'm going to see if I can duplicate the error. Now if you find that you have the wrong electrode installed or the electrode has worn unevenly, simply replace the electrode, or if the electrode still has usable life in it, gently grind it down with some sandpaper to make it flat again. I've reloaded the correct program onto the terminal display, and I'm going to repeat the cut. Now, it should be noted that if you have a failure where the fastener will not cut out, it is perfectly acceptable to recut that fastener. Because of the depth control in the edrill, you don't have to worry about going too deep or causing damage to the structure. I'm simply just going to repeat the process and see if it continues to appear. In this case, the fastener is severed cleanly, and we can return the edrill back to service. If, however, after 2 or 3 cuts, it still won't punch out, call Perfect Point customer support and we will walk you through what the next steps are.